Hello everyone, I am Krooked and I do stuff, and this is Unscripted, the series where I take a completely unscripted look at games and give it a 1 through 10 rating. Today, we have Lion King. Now, you'll probably remember I've already played this, but not for the Sega Genesis. I don't remember what score I gave it, but it starts. I know it wasn't a good score, at all. I think I gave it, I don't think I gave it a 0, because 0 is when I don't think a game can be beaten. I know it can indeed be beaten. I actually watched a streamer on TikTok by the name of SebiG13, who I've been watching a lot. He's a cool guy. But I watched him tear through the Super Nintendo version in 30 minutes, maybe? And I was blown away. Because I can't do that. I'd be lucky to be able to beat this at all. But I know that it can be beat. That's the point that I was getting at. Now, this is back in the day when there are two Disney games, and there's the Sega Genesis version, there's the Super Nintendo version, and there's the James Earl Jones version. No. So, they're basically the same games. There are some that were designed to be not the same. Like, Aladdin's pretty different between them. I think there's another one, but yeah, so they're not all designed to be exactly the same. As for The Lion King, it's pretty much the same game. So, let's actually get into everything. Sound-wise, I'm pretty well known for hating the Genesis and the way that the Genesis sounds. I think this sounds really good, honestly. It actually sounds really, really good. God, I don't know which ones I have to, yell at here. No one was before. Dun, 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 I'm working on my roar. Okay, so I think that one needs to be roared at. Yeah. Sound-wise, I mean, it sounds fine. There's nothing about it that makes me sad or upset with it. I wish there was a jumping noise for Simba. That would make things sound a little bit better, of course. Wait. I don't like his roar. But everything else is pretty much fine. I actually don't think that the monkeys are super hard, but I do think that the ostrich is hard, because you're not, totally given what you need to jump over, and it kills me all the time. That face! I love the transition to, from the light to, the sunset-y kind of look. I like that. Speaking of, let's get into the next category of the graphics. It looks good. It looks like it's pretty much straight out of the the cartoon, movie, animation. Simba looks good. All of the actual graphics look really, really solid. I have no complaints about the looks, because everything... I hit the stupid thing. Okay. I need to be better than that. This is usually what just takes me out every single time, is the ostrich. Which is the goal. That's exactly what this game was designed to do. If you didn't see my original review, the game was designed so that you couldn't beat it in one rental, which would earn more money, and then you would rent it over and over again, because it was in an era where people didn't really buy games. So it was, buy the game once and that's it. Or rent it, potentially beat it during that rental period, and then you've spent like $5 on the game rather than however much the game was. Of course, executives don't like it when you do that. I don't know how to get past that. Oh, it's frustrating. I'm going to figure it out like right as the review is over to watch. Or I'm going to have to like use a continue or something. I don't know. I seem to remember getting stopped at the exact same spot on the Super Nintendo version too. I might have made it past like once and then died like immediately after, but yeah. Controls. A roars. B I don't think does anything. C jumps. It's pretty basic. That's really all you need to do. I'm sure like when I'm adult Simba, B would. Where do I jump at that? Maybe I just need to jump later.
The king
has returned. When I'm adult Simba, it probably like swipes his claw or something, But overall, yeah, it doesn't really do anything right now. The controls are really responsive, really tight, which always brings me to the same point of why I hate this game. Because it was designed to be so incredibly difficult, all the good that it has kind of just falls apart by the glaringly bad things in it. It's notorious now for being like one of the hardest games ever because, well, this section alone is part of what makes it so incredibly difficult because what are you supposed to do? If the ostrich hits the stupid thing, it stops it? Or like, I just don't know. And it's so hard to determine it because it's like, okay, am I jumping too early? Am I jumping too late? Where exactly is this happening? And then it's an immediate death, and then it's back to this, and then it's doing it again. I'm going to end up doing this like 6 times, and I'm still not going to know by the end of it on where I was messing up. I'm going to have to like look it up and figure it out, and that's stupid. And this isn't the only part that happens that way. There's also a maze later on in some caves, and that's like the second hardest part of the game, with this being the hardest. I think I'm jumping too early because the ostrich has to like clear the bird nest, but I don't know. There's also a part after this where you have to jump on like the rhino's tails, and if you miss one you just die because it's water and you drown because Simba can't swim for some reason. Without spending an incredible amount of time learning like exactly where to jump and where to go, I don't think anyone will get past this part. And then it just goes into, like I said before, the rest of the game where, okay, so I made it that time, and then it's a game over and right back to here. You can change how many lives you have. So, I mean, there is that. And getting through, like, the earliest sections of this game isn't really that hard. I can probably get to the end of this level before I finish my next explanation of things and why it's getting the score it is. If I don't, fall off. But because, like, most people will never, ever put in the time, they'll just be like, oh, that level's really hard. They won't spend the time to, like, really break down why am I dying every single time? Is it too early, too late, blah, blah, blah. They're just going to pick it up, try, like, 30 times, be really, really frustrated, and then be like, no, I'm done. I don't want to play this anymore because it's stupid and it's just me dying over and over again. They're going to give up a lot earlier than most people would. And I can't blame someone for that. Because it is dumb. You actually, like, have to try to fail in this fight because it's only 2 hits to Ed. But, yeah. And Bug Toss ends the second it's done. Oh, you can burp? That's cool. I didn't know that you can burp with C. that gives you an opportunity for an extra life, you know, and then again, you're right back here trying to not wait to be king. It's just so frustrating, and this isn't the only time you have to do it. There's, I think, 3 ostrich sections in general, and they all suck. None of them are good. They're all just the same thing of, like, either jump or duck, and if your timing's off by even half a second, you die. I personally have never made it past this point. My wife, Fichu, her mom could apparently get past it. There we go. The stupid ostrich died, which meant I jumped just a little bit too early. But again, there's going to be 2 more of those sections. Maybe it's only 1. It's 1 or 2. Like, the rest of the game with this is pretty safe, because if the monkeys are in the wrong order, like, I just get thrown back to, like, the start, basically. But, oh man. Just playing this and trying is super frustrating. And I can play like I Am Bread and not get angry with it. And then there's this that's just like, die. Okay, so I made it past that one. A new checkpoint. Then there's this, which is also super frustrating, because this is what I was talking about earlier, where you just die. Luckily, you start right there, but if you don't have a bunch of lives, guess what happens? Yeah, you just die, and then you have to continue, and where's the continue start? Luckily, it starts you right back at the beginning, so you get to do all of it again. This is insanely frustrating. And it's a lot of trial and error. And again, I don't think anyone today is going to go through any of this. They're going to get frustrated and they're going to call it stupid, and that's it. If you're someone who is on a mission to try to beat hard games, yes, you may go through it. But otherwise, no one is going to pick this up, play it, and be like, yeah, this is a good game. I love this. It sucks because the game is pretty. The soundtrack is good. The controls are tight. But this is so freaking awful that I can't give this any sort of a good score. I'm going to give Lion King for the Sega Genesis a 2 out of 10. Can you beat it? Yeah, sure. Will you? Probably not. Unless you spend multiple hours trying to beat a game that you can probably beat in about 30 minutes if you have all the timing down. Which isn't worth it to anyone, I don't think. Unless you want bragging rights to your friends to be like, ha ha ha, I can beat Lion King for the Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo. And they're going to be like, no, you can't. Then you're going to do it, and they're going to be like, dude, what? And that's going to be the whole conversation, like, right there. But yeah, this game sucks. It's fun until it's not, and it's not a lot quicker than, like, any time when you'll have fun. Because, again, this is only level 2. And the first level takes maybe 20 seconds to get through the entire thing. A lot of the other levels in the game take about the same amount of time. They're not long. They're just, like, go from point A to point B. Roar a few times. That's it. Yeah. This is Lion King for the Sega Genesis. Like this video if you enjoyed what you saw. Hit that sub double button, that way you never miss out on an episode of Unscripted, and hit that notification bell so that way you'll be notified whenever a new episode comes out. And with all that being said, I do want to thank you for watching Unscripted, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye!